I am listening to Soma Radio. And what has been playing is Mission Control. And when you listen to Mission Control, and the stories they are talking about, 88 years, the numeric value of the word year and the composition of the word, in which I'm not fluent. I will tell you right now, I'm not fluent. I'm still working on base values. In the word year is number 49. The mathematical way to get to 49 will tell me that mathematical situation. If I find other mathematical situations that take me on that path, I'm going to use them. One of my things that is not a mathematical equation, but it's the mathematical equation that might end up on a cube. It might end up on Rubik's Cube. It might be part of a hockey game, a baseball game, casino games, slot machines, things that have already been created by man that tell a story that they have no idea why they called it that name. But that's the name of what it is. And every name in the language I speak, in English or in French, has a letter in the alphabet, and that letter has a position. And as I was a child, they made me understand that the letter A is the first letter and the letter Z is the last letter. So as I understand, before I begin, I won't count any letters at all. But when I do count the letter, the first letter I will count is the letter A1. But what's ironic is that when I get to the 15th letter, I don't even know how to express how incredible what it says to me. First of all, in this cube, you might see 6, but it is 1 to 5. You have 5 fingers, 5 toes in each hand. The center of 9 numbers is 5. You count 1 through 5 or 2 through 6. 1 through 5 or 2 through 6. I'm not sure if you can use 2 thumbs or not. Maybe that's why it says it. The second reason is because some of the equations are skeleton explanations, and you find it by understanding the cube. When it is sitting flat, you will only have 5 sides showing. So the first part of those 5 sides is 1 through 5, and the second part is 2 through 6. 1 and 5 will be Mars, 2 and 6 will be the Queen, in which is just stepped down for some reason. Now the King is coming in. Now when the Queen was here, we must choose the H8. But now that the King is here, we must choose, we will choose the G7 for the King. And with the King is rotation. It's 3, 6, and 9. And the reasons for that is the cycle that I understand that we run is 7 months of 31 days, 4 months of 30 days, which is Mars. And the 7 months happen to be Uranus, but it is Earth coming together in spirit. I don't know how it works. There's a spirit connect bringing 2 sides together, like C and C, right? C and C come together. 33 come together. Not only there, but they also show it on the dice the way 33 come together, and it is the only cube that if you should drill holes all the way through, the only one that'll penetrate and create your 7, 1, and 6. The only one that will create 7. So you'll have all 3 numbers, 1, 6, and 7. That's where your 13 comes out. And it just branches out. So why? Because 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 equals 6 and 7, 13. That happens to be man. I like to just say it as man on the moon, and the word on, I like to translate it for now, meaning pi. And the reason for this is, first off, that you are a child, you're born, you're male, you're growing up, all of a sudden, boom, you hit the age of 13, you're a man. And when you're a man, you get a bar. That bar can be used as straight up for the letter I, or tilted this way for the letter H, 8 and 9. So I bring games together through the elements that were given to us, and understanding that the face value of this is 9. Then I'm going to understand that the face value of this is also 9. But it can also be 1 in totality, or 4. Let me show you everything. A lot of my stuff has to have artwork. So here is 4. Here is 9. But this is not what exists first. This is what exists first. And to get its mirror, it goes over here, times 4. And then times 9. But 2 to the power of 2, 3 to the power of 2. The equation over here is 33 because it's a 3 by 3, and 22 because it's a 2 by 2. So it gets both these equations, one in the power group, so I need to understand more of the math. This is bust. This is ape. It is the second, or the silver cube. It's the silver cube. This number I don't know. 18, 33, 36, 46, 56, 60. Okay. This one over here, the reason I'm trying to figure out a second. Yes, because the 20-second dot, okay, is 21 dots per cube. So it would be on the second cube, number 22. The second thing is 22 is 2/3 of the void. Now I'm going to try and find that on here, and I'll explain it to you. 2/3 of the void. It's also in the void. The void is 33 voids, which means that if we would use the calculator as a base face of this or of this, and implement in this that all we're going to use is 4 cornered dots, that means there's 5 voided spaces. So this is how it works: 1 and 8 void, 2 and 7 void, 3 and 6 void, 4 and 5 void. Then it's going to be 5 and 4 void. See where the mirror comes in? Boom, boom. Creation of the second side and the mirror. And secondly, the reverse. This is going to be a hard one. I'm not going to explain it. Then you have the 6 plus the 3 void. So the only one that's really going to be separated from the entire game is going to be these two over here. These went 2 by 2. You see the way 3, 4, and 3, 4 come together? The word does say love. The DC, the invert of 1 and 2 is 6 and 5. So you end up with the invert when you end up in the house of DC. I don't know if it means anything, but if you take a check, this one is 3 and 15, or the letters, what's base CO, like in .com. I'm not sure if I can create the real reason why we have the .com or communication or whatever you want to use. It's the 3rd and the 15th letter. As I spoke earlier, the minute I get to the 15th letter, the total is 120, which means Once I add up to a total of 15, it equals to a total of 120. So I'm thinking that because the O, it means that in the first circle, I have 120. When I come to the next circle, okay, which will be, let's say, 1 through 20, I'm going to have 210. And then when I count 1 through 25, you're going to have 115. You're going to have 315. This one, okay, this one and this one, these two fit into each other. Although they're 33 added, right? 33 added over here. I can't, how am I going to explain this exactly? Just to note that this is the game of pool where the 8 ball sinks last, where you're divided by 2 sevens, so I call it the 7th gate, and 1, okay? I always call 1, I used to call 1, before I used to call it the ring. What I mean is 1 complete side, reverse side. 1 complete reverse side equals 2, and 2 equals to the 4. Now, I can also say, including the spirit inside of there, because 1 would be Mercury and 2 would be Venus. So that's the base way. You would have 1, okay, and you would have 2. So what would be 1 and 2? 1 side and 2 sides? Well, if I had this side, and this side, I would have all the sides. I'll show you. See, I said this side, and this side. Once I have this side, and this side, okay, I know that 4, okay, see 4 and 6? I have 4 here, I have 6 here. I have 1 here, I got 3 underneath, and I already saw I had the 5, so that means the other side is the 2. So once you know 3 sides, you know where everything else is. On the bottom is the 2, on the opposite side of the 6 is the 1, the opposite side of the 3 is the 4. So there's a whole story going on in here. So that's what happens. So if we hit the 22nd dot, it's actually also telling us we're in the 4th week of the sequence of the 7 days. So these are the few stories that go on. I also revert to 22 as the window of Mars, and I include this one as the 9 lives of the cat of Earth, 33. 22 and 33. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 equals to 4 equals to 4. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 equals to 9 equals to 6. This equals to 15, and this one equals to 8. It's electric company. 5 times 3, 5 plus 3. HOW. That's the word that comes out of it. I like to call it electric company. It's created by the Fibonacci 11, and that's 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals to 1 equals to 2 times 1 equals to 2, 1 plus 2 equals to 3. And your first, from your first creation of 1 and 1 to what it created and what your creation created. It's like God creates the Adam and the Eve, and the Adam and the Eve, they create this and this. So if you wanted to call them as the planet, they would be creating Venus, and they would be creating Earth. And within it, Jupiter appears, which is the gate. And the reason Jupiter appears as the gate Jupiter appears as the gate. Just give me a second. 3 and 2, 5. Jupiter is number 99. Yes. What happens, okay, is this happens to this dice cube over here. So you're putting Venus within Earth together, creating the larger planet. And that larger planet is Jupiter. The numeric value for Jupiter equals 99. Inside of Jupiter, it tells you pi. Pi is a division of 3. So if I want to put it back together, I'm going to multiply it by 3. And terre in French is earth. I don't care if it's spelled that way. Everything is a piece and part. The numeric value for the sun Ve, which is the divided sun, is 81. The numeric value for earth, or if you want to put the H in front and say it's the heart, is number 52. 1 and 2, 3. 8 and 5 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 13 is that passage of man. 13, 1, and 14. The A is a division. At 13, you get the bar. But at 12, you get the bat. The bat, okay, is upside down with his feet on the ceiling, or it is upside down with the feet on the ceiling. This is the woman. Maybe call it the queen. Maybe we're going to go to 8 eyes. To equalize it to the cycle, it becomes 258. So you're back, it says on your spinal cord. Men, and it's the bar. And this becomes the bar mitzvah and the bat mitzvah because the Hebrews, okay, they follow the moon. So I follow the moon and the sun. I want to know what they're all about. But in this video, I didn't mention, let me go back. I think I have to, no, I didn't write it out here. Maybe I should have. Just give me a second. Give me a second. I was talking about the king and the queen. Yes, the reason it gets silver is because second place, second cube, okay, that's what silver is. Silver, okay, is and second is also known to have the word place. Now, once you're using the word place, again, you speak in division. That division is your 1, 3, and 5. It's the division in the sun. Why a division in the sun? Because base value alphabetically is the S letter is the 19th letter. 1 plus 9 is 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. So because the 0 appeared, it becomes a green 0. When the 19 appears, okay, it becomes a red, okay, 0. Because the roulette board, this is odd and this is odd in the roulette board. It's very rare in the roulette board. 11 is black, 13 is black, 15 is black, 17 is black, but 19 is red. It's the only odd number, okay, that is red. But wait, we have 31 that is black. We have 33 that is black. We have 35 that is black. Every other red number on the board, okay, every other number on the board that is red, okay, is going to give you even odd. So for instance, we're going to go to 14, even odd, 16, 18, 21, but not 19. Then we're going to go to 23, 25, 27. We're going to go to 30, 32, and 36. I may have left one out. Yes, 34. They're all one of each. 20 is another. 19 is the second one. Let's call that one the double zero because there's a double reduction. Well, there's a double reduction in the 10 too, but this one here is 9 plus 9 equals to 18 plus 1. The reverse, how can I say it? When you have to go up to number 19 and your maximum is 9, it's a reduction of 18, which is the way the Pythagorean, they call it Pythagorean counting, to a single word or to a single number. But if I'm not going to get into that piece right now. So that's what Venus Earth does. And as the third and second planet, it comes back and tells that same story. The bat, the female and the male. I'm going to get into that. I'm going to talk about, and I don't really have anything prepared for Aether or hydrogen or helium. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at the word and see the structure of the word, how many letters, if we can break it down into different syllables, and then try and match it up against whatever game is on the planet. If this is, remember, what is this channel all about? It's all about having fun and seeing if we can match something up on this planet that will tell us a story. So it's more of arts and entertainment, but it's on the you put a quarter on the, you put something on the scale, you go to the store, you want to buy bananas, you put it on the scale, you pay by the pounds. Whatever that result is, if it's $4.99 a pound, it weighs 1 pound, you pay $4.99. So that's basically what I do, but I do it with the alphabet. I weigh it out. Everybody, there's a PLU given out to, or not a PLU. There's a price given out to the letter A, and it's one, or the, you can say 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't care what number you give it, but I have to base the whole alphabet change that way. You can do it like this. You can say 1 for A. You can say 4 for B. You can say not. You can say 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, and 81. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Let me show it to you. We're going to go on again. We're going to go 100 for J. We're going to go 121 J, K, and 144 for L, and 169 for M. So this is going to equal to 794,191, 4977941. 1497791911497. The next number should come out to 7, which would be N. And that would be 14 by 14, 196. So that's 7 again. This is exactly where the alphabet splits. This is exactly where the sun splits. This is exactly the same size as the 13 by 13 Monopoly board. The Monopoly board, you have to note that it's over here and here. There's nothing in the center. So look at all these squares in the center. There's 169 squares, in which there'd be 1 square here, and then there'd be 6 here and 6 here. 616 division. So it doesn't only show it here, it tells it to us in gematria. What are all these numbers? 1 times 1, 2 times 2, 3 times 3, 4 times 4, 5 times 5, 6, and all the way through. Then you add them to a single digit, 7, 7, 9, and it creates this. And here's your rotation, 14977941191 here. So it ends here. It ends here exactly on 9. So this is your base answer. So if I was to take that base answer and I would structure it 1, 4, 9, 7, 7, 9, 4, 1, 9. That would be your structure. 9, 16, 17, 27, 12, 12, 24, 11, 20. So did I get that? 9, 10, 14, 7, 7 is 14, 23, 9 and 4 is 13, 14. So if you take a look at these, 1 and 4 is 5, 2 and 3 is 5, 1 and 4 is 5. 1 and 7 is 8, 2 and 7 is 9. 1 and 2 is 12, 3. 1 and 2 is 12, 3. 2 plus 0 equals to 2. So this is my base equation. I have to figure out what it all means. Does this mean the 8 is what divides up the heaven like the black ball? I don't know. I do know that there are 9 numbers on the face of the cube. And I also know that the equation from the dice cube tells me that no matter how many holes you're going to drill through the black dots, you'll never see more than 7 on one side. So when I play this game, I'll never go more than 7 and 9, and not in all situations. Because in the game of roulette, it tells me the most numbers I can pick is half the board. Then it tells me I can pick 18. Then it tells me, wait, first it tells me I can pick 18. Then it tells me I can pick 12 numbers. Then it tells me I can pick 6 numbers. Then it tells me I can pick 4 numbers and 2 numbers. 4 numbers and 3 numbers and 2 numbers and 1 number. And then with each one of these, okay, I get odds. I get odds on the numbers. Um, and then I'm going to get a drink. And here's the base. When you get to take half the board in numbers in roulette, this is from roulette. I should write this down. Roulette bet. And you would get 1 to 1 on 18. You would get 2 to 1 on 12. You see, the house that we are in is the house of Raish, or Ra, which is right here. Venus from Jupiter, 9 times 9, 9 plus 9. Creates them both, 8 void to the 1 dot. We play with 2 cubes, 6 on each side. So instead of playing with the 9 numbers, we're only playing with 6 and 6. 2 cubes instead of in numbers. So this will give us 2 to 1. So we have a duplicate. Then we get the 1 and 2 is 3. 9, 3, 6 to start with. Then we go to 5 to 1. The E world, that would be female. Then we go 4 areas, Mars and Earth. And then they're split up. Mars and Earth are split up between these 2 numbers. And that's your creation heaven. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 will create your 3. And 8 will only equal to 8. This is your CH that come together, 8 and 11. Roulette also shows that 8 and 11 and 10 and 13 are a combination, and 31 and 28 and 26 and 29 are a combination. This and this, one is the lower house, one is the upper house. 1331, Allah, house Cubanic, birth cycle of the man on the moon. This is the queen. It's a purple world. We're supposed to have red and blue, and we do, but it's broken up. I mean, the purple's broken up into red and blue, so we don't see it that way. I'm not sure if you understood any of this that I spoke. Okay, this was the formation from this. Now, right? What is this? Now, this is the first number. Now, if I just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and add it on, I started with 1 and 1. So 1 and 1 is 2. So I'm going to add on 1 and 1. How can I do that? This is what the power. Let me do this. 2 to the power 2, 3 to the power 3, 4 to the power 4, 5 to the power 5, 6 to the power 6, 7 to the power 7. No, everything is to the power of 2. But I do want to create a situation where I will go all the way to 9, 9 to the power 9, just to see my end result and add them up, because that's going to give me a base to work with. I have to do all the powers up to 9. I just don't have a system set up to do it right now. So once I get this, now instead of going 2, 2, I'll end up 1, 1, I'll end up with plus 2. Here it'll be plus 4, and here it'll be plus 6. Here it'll be plus 8. Here it'll be plus 10, plus 12, plus 14, plus 16, plus 18, plus 20, plus 22, plus 24 plus 26 plus 28. Now the thing is, it's not really 28. We're going to reduce it down to a single digit and go 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. It's 11, but it becomes 2, 4, 6, 8, 1. And then now we have a new sequence: 2, 4, 6, 8, 1, 3, 5. So from here to here it says ace. So the sun will get split right over here. And so does the alpha get split right over here. You get split between the letters M and N. And I don't know if I brought that out before, as the 14th letter is N. The 14th letter will create DNA in the sun. The 13 will create the moon. 14 and 13, the sun and the moon. And T minus counting is that when you go 13.5, okay, what I'm actually doing, okay, is I'm meeting right in the center of here between 13 and 14. If I say T minus counting, I might be going from this side this way. So my 14 to meet here is still 13.5. But if I'm coming from this side, I might say 14.5. The 5 doesn't mean more, it means both, because the chip goes right over here between the two. That's where the sun is, between these two over here. So this number would be 779, that says pig, which is 2 entries, P7, I9, G7. The other one is 8 with 1, 2, 3, Venus, 81, the house of Ra, in creation of the birth, 9. See, this is the gate, and this is the Q gate. I'm not sure if it's because of what the letter does. I don't know. Where the S or the 2 goes through the O, I don't know. Just to take this into effect, it's telling me Venus, and the O right away is the 15th letter. It's talking about Mars. Its reverse to the 15th letter is the L. So right away it's talking about, boom, your number alpha beta creation, number 12 in the AE world. That's your Aether. All coming from Mars. The rotation, 96. I'm going to get something to drink and come back. I wish we can discuss it. I can go a little bit slower to show you where I get the numbers from. I was asked tonight, but what is this going to get you? But what is, everybody keeps telling me, what is this going to get you? I'm telling you where it's going to get me. If you want to know where it's going to get me, this is what it's going to do. I'm matching. I'm letting the match tell the story. I'm interested to know that story. I don't read a book. I create the book. I create the book with the elements that have been shared throughout the world over time. And I enjoy it, and that's my hobby. And for me, if there's a word, the creator, this is it. Right in our alphabet, right in front of us, and it's always been here. It's time we buckle up and get serious if we're really looking for that answer. If you really want to know, ask those questions. I'm hoping I can work with you and work together to see if there's also been a question, is this, if we can control certain things through our thoughts, what would we have to do? And if certain things that have been told are actually magical, that can happen, then the question would be, have you ever heard what is the word when God spoke unto Moses? Oh, guys, give me a minute. I gotta get something to drink. Give me a minute. Just give me 1 second here. I'm looking for something. Here it is. Okay, I'm going to shut the radio or lower it a little bit. So like I said, when I first came on here, I was listening to hey, Watkins, how are you? How is Seattle? Seattle, C, the C. T, the C, the T, the C, the T, the C, the T, the C. So, Highgate. They were talking Apollo. Apollo brings in Highgate because they mentioned the word 88 years. The S is A through I, meaning the spirit, if you want to call it, or the connection, the internet connection has gone through the needle. So I don't know if they've ever mentioned that word before. That's where what I understand is the letter S. You see, when it's ES, the add-on to words, the ES, I mean, it depends. I mean, and this is broad right now. We still have to break it all down. The E base comes from the female, okay, upside down, which means it's the reverse world. Why? Why? Well, a bat, they say, hangs upside down, got sticky feet. Why, girl? Because the Hebrews that follow the moon, you become a woman at 12 years old. 12 years old, you're a woman. So sorry, it's not a girl, it's a woman. Well, it's still a girl, it's a woman. And the mathematics, the base mathematics, 1 times 2, 1 plus 2. Okay, the multiplication and addition. Now, I'm not sure if they're doing this, right? Because I just have to make one marking. All I have to do is make one window and turn the book like this. And I got my multiplication and my addition. Like you're driving a car. Maybe you're just, okay. Apollo has duplicate letters. Let me look up how they write that. I still want to work on magic square Saturn. Apollo. Okay, 1P. Okay. Wait a second. Apollo of God, Apollo known for, Apollo the most, Apollo fact symbols, power, hour, and myth. Wow. 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 This is something new for me. This is something new for me. Let me look at another page. This is really cool. Apollo mission. Okay. Okay. Now we have to write down the word mission also. Because in the word mission, it's 3 different elements in that word. If this is the word mission, I revert the N for a 2. I can also put the M, but the N, So we'll just do, and if we do this, okay, okay, and this. See, here's the word mission. If you take a look and you see my mouse on the board, the M and the N, that's the divided alphabet. That's your moon area. Your 10, okay, A, B, C, D, the reverse creation in Mars. 51 is Mars, 15, 51. 33, the rotation of the sun of 51, okay. M is also saying 4, 5, and 6 from Mars crossing over the bar into Saturn, okay. Mars, Saturn, the fourth and the sixth planet. In fact, if you notice, 4, 5, and 6, okay, 4 corners, 6 corners, and 5. The other 3 do not. They only have 3, and they have 1, and they have 2, but they don't have what 4, 5, and 6 have. And because the difference really between 4, 5, and 6 is 0, 1, 2, where they have 4 where there's nothing inside, 5 where there's 1 inside, and then 6 where there's 2 on the outside. Remember, 0, 1, and 2. Where are they? What are they? So I look around, I see where they come up, they don't come up, numbers that have come up before. And another thing is when you look at 5 and 5, 5 plus 5 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. There's another 1 in the center, and 55 is red. Now, the thing about this is in roulette, the center is black. This 10, excuse me, let me see this a second. This is because the center, first of all, there's no 10 in the center. So disregard that. So it's on the left-hand side. So no, it's a red. It's a full red. So it's actually 1, 1, 1 full red. That means it's 6, 6, 6 full red. M and N come together again. It's divided sun. The reason for that, the area space is 13.5. And what's ironic is that the total alphabet is added 1 through 26. When you add the entire alphabet, 1 through 26, it equals to 351. The split between the M letter and the N letter is 13.5, and you can have the M and the E. You can say matter, energy, 77 and 74. You can say time, 47, and Christ, 77. M is 1,000. It means a split of 3. So right away you talk about pi. The letter M is 4, 5, and 6 because of the line, the V, and the 1. 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, and 6. Okay, I don't know if you see what's on my screen. So this is the D, E, F, 4, 5, and 6. So that the invert of this is A1, is B2, is C3. So now we're building our equation for understanding the 1 through 36. Also note that I'm going to try and see if I can explain. Yes, right over here. 120, 1 through 15, added. 210, 1 through 20, added. 315, 1 through 25, added. So now we have 1 through 15 equals to 120. 1 through 20 equals to 210. 1 through 25 equals to 315. And again, we have the same numeric value to say ace, sun. But really, if you take a look at the ace letter, how it's designed, okay, as an angelfish, because it has both the letters C, and as well the letter D, the same letter. I don't know why my color pencils keep disappearing. And the letter D at the same time. See D and C. And if you're looking at the A, or you look at it at a letter like that, okay, if I would put, you see, this is a brace, right? Is it a ladder or is it distance? If I would draw this over here, and this would be distance. And you would be going all the way in the distance over here. Then you'd have that doorway. So it gives a different perspective how we see the ace letter, right? Imagine if we split it up this way. Now we got a pyramid, three-sided pyramid. Okay, where was I? Yeah, I keep getting thirsty. I don't know why. So there's a lot of things. So Apollo, 15, 30, 24. 30 and 24 right away speaks about day of the sun and the split gate in Mars. I'm going to explain it to you. The multiplication of 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to 8 and 6. That is the dividing of the 7th gate. This dice cube, okay, will show you 6 as 5 and 3, 8 as 5 and 3, as what you get 4 and 2 in the divided gate. So now we're going to put it up to 2 and 6 is going to equal to 8 and 51. So when you're on these two dice here, and this is the queen, this will end up to be purple. This is going to end up to be part of Rubik's Cube in further explanation. But Mars is going to be connected as 51. And then there's a mathematic, and this mathematic will give you 11. This mathematic will give you 11. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5, 6 and 5. Eventually, it'll say the king and the home. So what's different is this 1, okay, over here is your Ra, and it is your Venus. Your Ra, your Venus, it's 3 letters, so that means it's divided. It plays by 1/3. It plays on ice with a puck. And this one over here is the sun and the IT system, the number 5. It has the 4 voids, so 5 times 4, 5 plus 4 will give you T, and the letter I are 20 and 9. And that is your birth inside the Venus house, and inside the house of TH. And that house of TH is when the cube sits like this. The reason for that is there's 14 dots that are going to be around, and 6 up is 20. So you're going to be counting 2 through 6 on this cube. That's the queen. And this one, you're going to be counting 1 through 5. So 1 through 5 equals to 15. And then 2 through 6 equals to 20. The total is 35. 5 times 5, 5 plus 5 equals 35. The house of who? Many names, many names. We got 54, 71, Apollo Gate. So they said Apollo Gate all by themselves, it becomes the high gates. I'm trying to remember why I wrote the high gate. The word ending with S is AI. When you add A through I, it equals 45. It is a passage. But the adding up to 8 to 45 is 1, 3. I'm going to just do it up and down, okay? 1, 3, 6, 10, 15, 21, 28, 36, 45. So it becomes 4 and 5. So the equation in here, if you want to draw it out, it'll be 1, 3, 6, 1, 6, 3, 1, 9, 9. That's going to be this. If you're going to draw something out, this is what it's going to look like. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6, plus 4 is 10, plus 5 is 15, plus 6 is 21, plus 7 is 28. Plus 6 is 21, plus 7 is 28, plus 8 is 36, plus 9 is 45. It's a Fox pass to the IT system of love. What does love mean? Love meaning equal. I get that from a game of tennis with a racket played with the pound checkered all over the place. When we add this all up, this equals these two will equal to 81 Venus, and these two will be 4 Mars, but the mathematics will say AC/DC. I'll bring this to 99, talking about Jupiter. Earth, Mercury to Jupiter. 81, 91, 101, 109, 110, 130, 145, 155, 165, 165, 165, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 30, 39, 48. 48. Okay, I'm just thinking for myself. So where were we in this? Why the high gate? There's a reason why I wrote the high gate. I don't remember why now. We went through the passage because of the S on the word year. They called out 88. Oh yes, 8. Once you have 8, you need the 9 for the passing. It's 8 and 9. You can pass the 9 with the 8. 9 is the highest number. You pass the 9 with the 8. That is your birth. That is your spirit link. And it only comes in when the body is born. Here is your Q gate. 71, 17. The low count for Apollo is 6, 12, 3 and 3. 30. This is 6, 3, 3, 6. Or how about 666? Inside of this. This is a rotation in the sun at the gate. The reason I say the gate is these are bookends to this. This will create the numeric value of 96. Let me just, I can get back to this in a minute. Just 1 second. Yeah, so let me get back to, where is it? Yes. I want to start with this. I want to start with hydrogen, ether, and helium. We're gonna do this. I'm really there's so many things to do. I mean, I can just talk and say so many things all the time and go nowhere. I'm gonna get something to drink. I'm gonna come back and I want to talk about the word hydrogen, ether, helium, and I'm gonna stay on maybe another 10 minutes and hit the hay. Be back in a minute. The word hydrogen, Hydrogen. So I have to use the base of the position of the letters in the alphabet. There's many, many, many things I have to do when I come into something new. I really never know what to do. I keep it as a base. I find other words that come with hydrogen, like hydro. So, and then gen is generate as an abbreviation. And the three letters that are in there, okay, are 7, 5, and 1 and 4. And I always like to use the N as a passage. You cannot, in the alphabet, actually go anywhere straight through. You would have to go up like that and down like that, just like the drain in your sink, the same way the toilet works. You don't go out the way you think you go out, and you go out this way. The things that tell me when you go to the washroom, it comes out this way. It doesn't come out. It comes out. Anyways, things, a movement of things, how things move. Okay, either the area space is larger than the element that is moving, or it is the same size, and there's I don't know what they call these air pockets or something that moves along with it. So there's no air pockets within it. So hydrogen has a numeric value of 96. It has let me see this. How do they say it? It has a full reduction of 51. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this. So hydrogen has a 96 count. Okay, 8 and 7. For as long as I've been talking, okay, this is the gate and the division right over here between these two letters. Okay, 2 and 5, Earth's heart. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 will equal to your 8. You've duplicated. You have duplicated 8. You have busted out. That means if you busted, okay, if you busted, you got 22 through 26. But you either had 12 and 10, 13 and 9, 14 and 8, 15 and 7, 16 and 6. That's it. It stops. Why? Because on 17 you stand. That's why. So here you have equals to 22, equals to 22, equals to 22, equals to 22, equals to 22. If we wanted now all is 21, we would have to 8, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4. So these are two different equations. Before you bust a 5, you see what happens with 4? 17 and 4 come together. Mars comes with the queen. And it comes on a stand. So not only does it come with a queen, but he comes with the father and the mother, 1 and 2. Why? First and second, the gold and the silver. 39, the things that are first and last, the combination of S and T coming together. Angels in the sky. 7 and 6. So the equation becomes 3 and 1. The next equation becomes 4 and 9. The next equation becomes 5 and 8. The next equation becomes 6 and 7, 7 and 6. And the next equation becomes, really and truthfully, it's 8 and 4. But we stand on 8 and 4, and that's your cycle. That's your Pluto. That's your 3-moon cycle of 28. 7 by 12 in the gate. 14 times 6 in the sun, the sunlight. 38, we have the golden club. 6 and 5, 11, 13. I'm not going to get into this part over here. I'd have to study this to understand what's going on. So where was I? Yes. So that's from the game of blackjack. So the hydrogen comes out to a rotation of 33 and 17 and 24. 24 times 4, 96. To create 9 and 6 in base, 3 times 3 equals to 9. 3 plus 3 equals to 6. And the reason I do things this way, and you might say it's kitty-like and whatever, that's the way I do my game. It's so the earliest and the youngest can do the same thing, and if they want to have fun, this is the way I do it, right? So let me try and get back into this. So hydrogen is 96 and 51. So here's your, let me see if we can get this 51. Yeah, it's, I got to do that here. It's 51 over here. Aether, look, 32 helium. This will become 11. Hydrogen will become 11. And this one, Aether, this is going to be related to Mars creation in the sun. You see, instead of going TER, which I call Earth, right? Like here, how do you spell Aether? AETHER. Is that how you spell it? I don't know. HEART. HEART. It's an E heart. It's connected to a main. E8 is O when it comes to a single digit. 8, 5, 1. And in here is art. So we're going to have to, again, in here is art. Then you have rat. So if you have rat sun, like in rat zinger, right? What you actually have is S A T U R N. So what you had from Aether went over here to Earth's heart, which turns into rat sun. Here's the rat. Inside the word Saturn is this word of rat. So I like to work it that way. Astronomical. Astronomical is large. Astronautical. Space and ocean. Knots of speed. Astro. I'm trying to figure out where the separation of the alphabet. Trop means too much in French, but this combination also means 3. So I'm just trying to see. We also have a game at this. Okay, this is going to be the number 8. And the reason for that is because this sign is on the keyboard right over here. Right. And when you look at it sometimes, right, doesn't it look like, what does it look like? In the light with the, you see the way the star pops up? But when you don't see it properly, it looks like the 6-point star. You notice it's a 4X and then a pole. The star is a 4X and a pole. It's a 6. It's a 6 star, right? 6 of 8. So we're going to just go a little bit. Now we're going to go reverse ordinal of the word. The reverse ordinal of the word, okay, gives me 120. So that means it's a gateway. This will be the game of pool. There's 2 sides to it. So give me the game of pool, 1 through 15. So it's going to give me the hand of God And it's also going to give me the split in the cubes, 105. They call this the hand of God, but I'm going to show you what happens when you have 3 cubes. So when you have 3 cubes, the minimum you can have is 111 is 3. The maximum you can have, okay, is 6. Always 3 and 6, almost like 360 degrees, what makes everything go round, right? So we get this over here, and remember, inside is 4 and 5. Inside is the sun. So inside creation of the light is the sun. That's really weird. That's at the beta gates. Hold on a second. I'm going to explain that in a minute. Because the mathematics of 3 times 6, 3 plus 6 is 18R09, which is I. And so this will be talking about Jupiter and the Venus gates. 18 plus 9 is 27, but the numeric value to a single digit of each letter is 9 and 9, as 27, 9. So we have 3, and we're sorry, we don't have 6. We have what is 6. We have 1, okay, and 6 becomes 3 and 18. I should have just put 3 and 18 over here. And this equals to your 21, and your 2 letters that come together are C and R. Then we are going to get J and H. The expression of this word in French, of this number in French in words is said as 10-8. The 10th letter is J, the 8th letter is H. So now we might be able to exchange the J for a T in the expression, right? That it says 10-8, ET, 10-8. It all depends. It has to be discussed. We have to look deeper into understanding how not how the equations work, but what the results are through the equations. So we're gonna take this and do English ordinal, okay, full reduction, okay, reverse ordinal, 94 for helium. So you see, the birth gate is from Earth through Jupiter, Mars through Jupiter into Saturn, right? And we're an 84 birth. This is 94 because our birth is 10, right? So our birth comes with this number over here with the helium. I'm just trying to understand. I was trying to understand the noun, the verb, the adverb, Look at that. Magic square. Rotation of the sun and Venus. That's the second time I got that. Here's your Aether. The other thing about Aether, I think it's let me see what full reduction is. 30, 9 and 5 is 14, and 8, 22, 23, 24. Sorry, 9, 14 is 5, and 8, 13. 1 and 3 is 4, and 2 is 6, and 5 is 11, and 1 is 12. 6, 7, 8, 8 and 8 is 16, 21, 30. When you count it to a single digit count, 9 and 5 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5, 5 and 8 is 13, so the sun gets split right here. There's a sun divide right over here. When you work out an equation, all these equations the same way, just keep creating equations and see how they come together. This addition here is the Pythagorean word count. T is the 20th letter. It got reduced by 18. R is the 18th letter, got reduced by 9. That's 27. So there should be a 27 difference in this word. So if I go like this, boom, it becomes 57. I go like this, it becomes 30. That's how it's done. The same thing with magic square. Inside magic square, the only one that'll get reduced is the 4 by 9. I move that away, it becomes 33. Inside of the word square, okay, hold on a second. Inside the word square, it becomes a 27, but this is 18, and 9 is 27. There's 2, 3, 4, 5. There are six numbers above 2, 1, 2, 1. So if you're talking 2, 1, 2, 1, you're talking both of 1 and 2 is Venus and the spirit, or Mercury if you want. And the reason for that is in order for S to be reduced to a single digit, it's the 19th number. 1 plus 9 equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. So reduced twice, so that's 18. So you're either reducing once or twice. You're either talking about the letter R or the letter I. So we have to understand the difference of what the R and the I is. And not only that, the R is inside the sun. Although the I is inside the sun, 3 by 18 is 54, and 9 by 6 equals to 54. That is your true rotation. That's a yin and a yang. It's the coming of the birth to life. So that's my helium. Now, helium, 1 second. Now, the word, and I'm not finished with this, so I'm just tired and ready to go to bed, you know. Helium. I like the way it ends in mui. It means something to do with love. It's a gate. I'm trying to understand what it means. It's the DC gate. The house planet is both number 68. The word high is 89, and the 6 for me is allowed to be inverted to a 9 or a 6. Any one of the two, it doesn't matter. So is the helium, how would the helium be worked? I don't know how the helium works. 8 and 5, I'm just trying to look at the word. To a single count, it's 33, 32, which will create 11. It'll create a new creation from it. The Aether is definitely Mars and through the moon. Is it referring to Mars, moon, because it gives me number 30? If it gave me 31, it would say the cube, because the numeric value for cube is 31, and it's created by 3 times 7, 3 plus 7. To get that number, and that's the heart of the 36 numbers. There's 36 numbers on the roulette wheel. There's 360 degrees in a full circle. There are 4 times 360 degrees. There are 4 times 360 degrees, and there's 2,400 times 360 degrees to equal the number of seconds in the day. There's 24 times 60 times 60 equals, there's 8640 seconds in a day, and divided by 360, and we have 24 hours a day. So 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is what divides your gate planet. So something to do with helium. What is it about helium that's dividing the gate planet? It's a division. You know, you can put 2 walls leaning on each other and then put a cap on top to solidify it. Call it the ace if you want. So that cap will solidify the 2 sides. That cap will be Mars cap. And the only way Mars can come in through the Earth is on an angle. The reason for that is you can't draw, if you're working with your smallest area, I cannot draw a line in between. I have to draw on the lines or corner to corner. So Mars is a single line and Earth is a double line. If I bring them together, I have to make separation. So Earth comes in and it becomes that. Mars comes in and it becomes a 2 by 2 window to a 3 by 3 pound, 9 lives of the cat. So what happens is the only way to get into Earth for Mars is like that. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. If you have something to ask me now. It is time for my bed. I appreciate all those who are not here and all those who are to come. There is a lot more to say. There's a lot of building. H-DO, hydrogen, H-JO. And I see dragon also in hydrogen. Hydroelectric, running water, dams, helium. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. Apollo. A program shows up on TV. Gram equaling to 28. Pro meaning forward. Pro meaning professional. Let me try to see. It was a national aeronautics and space. Aeronautics and space. And aeronautics and space. They always refer to this. But aeronautics and space is not in space. So, anyways, so there was something on here, the Apollo program. 1 second. I think it's here. Yes, I think this is it. Check this out. Apollo by name, Phobos. In Greek Roman mythology, a deity, a manifold function. Does anybody know what a manifold is? Check out what a manifold is on a car, meaning one of the most widely revered and influential. This, I will show you something else. What are the names of the moons of Mars? Whoop, I don't like my computer does that. It's frustrating. But now, take a look. Let me see. Demas. Here it is. Phobos. Where is it? Am I getting the camera on it? Hold on a second. Yes. Phobos. Exactly the same. Let me see this. Phobos. Apollo. Fact, symbols, powers, and myths. And then boom, you change it here. And this is not me, this is them. Factual. It's factual. I find things, I match them up, I share them. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Peace. Share the truth of the story. Know the story for its entertainment value and its truth. Let's have fun and share. Let's create a program and have fun for the children. Thank you for watching this video.